Hi everyone, good morning to our media and information literacy subject. And this will be our discussion for this week. All right, just bear with me here. Okay, so we are done discussing the introduction to media and information literacy, the evolution of traditional to new media, information literacy, and types of media, print, broadcast, and new media. So we are now moving forward to media information sources. Okay. So again, this is our discussion. Media and information sources. So let's find out what are the sources and what are the skills that we need to accomplish. So for our content and standards, the learners demonstrate an understanding of the values and differences of the sources of media and information. And for our performance standards, the learner organizes a creative and interactive symposium for the community focusing on being a media and information literate individual. So learning competencies compare potential sources of media and information. And second, interview an elder from the community regarding indigenous media and information resource. At the end of the lesson, the learners must be able to, or you must be able to demonstrate ability to examine and compare information from various sources to evaluate its reliability, accuracy, authority, timeliness, and bias. Determine accuracy, reliability, and value of information by questioning the source of data, the limitations of the information gathering tools or strategies, and the rationale of the conclusions. And lastly, identify a range of strategies for gathering indigenous informational media and define open educational resource. All right. So, just to leave you some healthy tips for the month of July. All right. So are we aware of this impeachment trial? This is very trending right now. Not only on a print media, not only on a broadcast media, even in our new media. So upon opening a Facebook account, you can see on your walls the impeachment trial of our Vice President Sara Duterte. And right now, different sources provided a different information. And one of these are from Toto Leomel. Sabi niya, impeach na sa kauna-unahang pagkakataon isang vice-presidente ng Pilipinas ang na-impeach. Galing daw sa GMA7 ang kanyang source of information. Well, it was fact-checked by the Rappler and well, tama naman, na-impeach na ang ating vice-presidente sa House of Congress or House of Representatives pa lamang po. So, hindi pa po siya natatanggal sa kanyang opisina as impeached Vice President of the Philippines. So, finact-check po yan ng ating Rappler. Alright? So, if you encounter these different claims online, whom would you believe? How will you know if the information is true? Which sources are more reliable? Why do different media sources present different information? Do or does every information source tell the complete truth? Why is it important to compare sources before believing or sharing information? And how do we determine whether information from various sources can be trusted? All of those questions, we can answer that through the 5 key criteria for evaluating our source of information and the information that they are sharing. First, we have, let's move on. We will use the CRAAP test, or the Currency, Relevance, Authority, Accuracy, and Purpose test, to determine if our information and our source of information is credible, reliable, and useful. So for currency, the question that we need to ask for that information or for that source of information, is the source or is the information current? When was it published? When was it last updated? If this is latest and trendable, then definitely we can use that information. How about the relevance? How are we going to evaluate information using relevance? This is the questions that we need to ponder. Is the information relevant to your topic or needs? Does it relate to your topic? Is it appropriate for your audience or assignment? And authority. For the question for authority, who is the author or publisher? What are their qualifications or expertise? Is the publisher credible? So you need to find the answer for that. So if you, upon checking the background of the author or the publisher, and you can see that they are credible and they already have a reputable remarks or place in journalism or in gathering data or providing information, then definitely we can use that information and we can trust that source of information. How about accuracy? Is the information accurate and supported by evidence? Meron kaya silang pinoprovide na evidence? Meron bang pinanggalingan ng kanilang information? They have, that source should include where they found or gathered that information. For example, ang Rappler, they gather the information, they're sharing it, they're providing the evidence and the source where they get that information. So, make sure na meron po tayong pinanggalingan ng impormasyon. So, yung pinagkuhanan natin ng impormasyon, dapat meron din silang attribute kung saan nila kinuha ang impormasyon directly. Kung sa NBI man yan, for example, going back to the impeachment trial of our Vice President Sara Duterte, if they got that information or that evidence from the impeachment trial from the NBI, then they had to attribute or give credit that source of information. And can it be verified? Mabe-verify kaya natin, makukuha kaya natin yung informasyon na yon and verify that information if correct. And is it free from errors? Make sure na pag kumuha tayo ng information from our sources, make sure na kapag nagbigay sila ng evidence, their evidences is free or are free from errors, and that in that way we can assure and we can trust that their information and their evidence is accurate and quality. And we need to make sure the purpose of the information provided by our source. Why was the information created? Is it to inform, to teach, to entertain, to persuade, or sell? Is there any bias or hidden agenda? So we have to know the voice of our sources to make sure na hindi tayo agad-agad naniniwala sa kanilang information, and we can think critically as well so that we will know kung mapapakinabangan ba natin ang kanilang impormasyon as well. So these are the CRAP test, the CRAAP, or Currency Relevance Authority Accuracy Purpose test that we need to use, or a tool to use to evaluate our information and the source of that information. So check it, think it, and trust it. Are we good with the CRAP test? Alright, so we have another acronym for this simple tests for evaluating our information. So same lang po yan ng CRAAP test. We have RAATB test. So relevance, authority, accuracy, timeliness, and bias. Same with the CRAAP test po. So think critically, evaluate carefully, make sure na they provided relevance, authority, they have the authority for the information, they have the accuracy and quality for that evidences, and free from errors. There should be correct, and timeliness as well, be current and up to date. Then the purpose or the bias. Make sure is the information objective and fair. The author trying to persuade, promote, or sell something, or there are multiple perspectives presented on their presentation or information. So make sure na we can evaluate ano dito yung information or based on facts or interpretation from the sources or from the authority. So we have to evaluate it. Saan dito yung facts? Saan dito yung based on the evidences, and saan dito yung interpretation or opinions lang ng ating authority or author or the publisher of the website or the news. Yan. So we have to verify that, okay? And make sure that every detail should be verifiable. Okay? Alright, so we're good with our evaluation test for our information. Well, let's now move on to our sources. So dito natin i-apply gamit ng ating mga test tool for evaluation. These now the sources. So we have 4 sources. And to make sure that our sources, these 4 sources, that the information they are providing are reliable, credible, and trustworthy, then we have to use the evaluation tool. Then we have first for the information and media sources. First we have indigenous. So for indigenous, the information passed down through generations by word of mouth, traditions, stories, and practices. We have here the examples: folk tales and legends, oral histories, traditions and customs, indigenous knowledge and practices. Ayan po yung mga iilan sa mga indigenous media and information. For library naman, information found in books, encyclopedias, magazine, newspapers, and other printed materials. Examples: books and textbooks, encyclopedias and dictionaries, magazines and journals, and newspapers. So ilan lang po yan sa mga example natin ng print or library source. Next, we have internet. Information accessed online through websites, social media, databases, and digital platforms. So for examples, we have websites and blogs, social media, online news, online databases, and e-books. Ayan lang po ang mga iilan examples ng ating internet sources. Then lastly, we have others. So what we call this alternative media sources. information from non-traditional sources in various formats and platforms. Ang examples, television and radio, films and documentaries, podcasts, posters, brochures, and infographics. Ayan po yung mga alternative media sources natin. So, isa-isahin po natin sila. Let's have the media and information sources. Ayan po yung mga example natin. Remember that indigenous knowledge is valuable, reliable, and has been trusted for generations. Respect it, learn from it, and preserve it. Alright. So, yun po yung mga examples natin. And let's discuss the importance of indigenous media and information. So, yan po ang ating mga essentials of indigenous media and information. Basahin nyo na lang po. No need to elaborate naman. Yan. Okay. Alright. Okay. Let's move on to library. So again, a library is a place or collection of resources that provides access to information, ideas, and knowledge. So libraries are often classified in 4 groups, namely academic, public, school, and special library. So isa-isahin po natin ang 4 na types of libraries. First, the academic. It is found in colleges and universities. It supports teaching, learning, and research at the tertiary level. So for public library naman, it is supported by the local government and open to the general public. It promotes lifelong learning and community engagement. Ayan. Then we have the school library. Located in elementary and secondary schools, it supports the curriculum and develops reading and information literacy skills. And lastly, our special library, established by organizations, companies, museums, or government agencies to meet a specific needs in a particular field or subject. Yan. So again, our 4 types of libraries is academic, public, school, and special. And all of the types of libraries have now their own digital mode. Yan. So we have physical and digital code or mode for our types of libraries already. So it is accessible online. Libraries connect people to information, ideas, and opportunities. So use library resources wisely and responsibly. Alright, and these are the skills in accessing information from libraries. So napakarami po kasing information and print medias that you can gather and you can check in our library. So we have to have skills para maging efficient and effective ang ating paggamit ng ating library. So first, we have to access tool to use. Ayan. So meron tayong mga catalog. So before, ang catalog natin ay like indexes or a printed one. But now, at information age, meron na tayo mas mapinadali. Ayan. So hindi ka na magbabasa, magsisimula sa dulo or magtitingin pa ng mga alphabets, letters, codes, para lang mahanap mo ang iyong hinahanap na information or media. So using our digital or online, you can now easily access all the books, articles, ebooks, or databases that you need for your search. Then second, How the information being accessed may be classified. Understand how information is organized so you can locate it accurately. So make sure na, yan, tulad yung sinasabi ko, yan. So may main class, subclass, topic, call number. So you have to know the subject, the author, the title, the format of your source of information. So para mas mapadali ang iyong paghahanap sa library. And meron yan doon sa may katabi ng librarian. And doon sa desk niya, sa desk niya, sa gilid, or before you come in, or beside the door of the library, nandun yung classification niya. So, titingin ka lang doon ng index. Yan, makikita niyo po yan. Yung index na yan. Yan po. Yan. Sa library. Then, the third skill that you need to possess while using the library is the depth of details required. Some libraries provide only an abstract of the topic. Ayan, abstract lang po ang binibigay. So make sure na you use other sources. Again, how many sources should we have to compare and contrast the information that we need? So at least 3 sources. So kung meron tayong mga nakuhanan na media sa library na abstract lang ang binibigay, so we have to have a depth search of that topic. Ayan. Abstracts give a brief summary. Full text gives complete details. Choose the right level of information for your needs. So you really have, or we really have to make additional research or search for your topic. And fourth, more detailed information might require membership or some conformity to set rules of the source. Example, databases. Some valuable resources are limited and need authorization or membership. So, kailangan niyo po magpa-member sa inyong library. So, sa school, ayan, limited lang kasi sa school, but public and special, so you need membership for that or authorization. So for that one, you have to create an account or become a member, follow library rules and usage policies, and of course you have to respect copyright and terms of use. So being skilled in using libraries resources helps you find accurate, reliable, and valuable information. So right tool, right classification, right level, right access, right information. So, mapapadali ang gamit natin paghahanap ng information. And mapapadali ang ating copyright attribution using these skills. Alright? Okay. So we're moving forward sa characteristics of libraries in terms of reliability, accuracy, and value. Alright. So isa-isayin natin every sources sa library, sa internet, sa endogenous, and sa ating other alternative media. We will try to explain the characteristics, or isa-isayin natin, enumerate the characteristics of libraries in terms of reliability, accuracy, and value. So we can compare the potential sources through their characteristics. So first, for the reliability of libraries provide resources from credible and trustworthy sources. Why? Materials are selected by librarians based on credibility, published by reputable authors, publishers, and institutions. Many resources are peer-reviewed or edited by experts and persist over time and can be verified and referenced. Example niyan, a book published by a university press or government agency is reliable because it comes from a trusted institution. Alright. For the accuracy naman, hold on. Yan. Para makamdaan ko. Yan. For the accuracy, library resources are carefully reviewed and fact-checked. And so, for accuracy, it has been fact-checked, all the evidences, and all the supported evidence or supported by evidence. Edited content reduces errors. Scholarly works are based on research and data. And it is based on the standards like ISSN and ISBN. Ensure proper identification and quality. Example natin na a journal article with an ISSN has passed publishing standards, ensuring the content is accurate and professionally produced. Yan po. So meron po tayong standard na sinusunod. We will explain this standard later. Now, the value. Libraries provide resources that are meaningful, useful, and enriching. Why? Because they provide in-depth and comprehensive information, support learning, research, decision-making, and personal growth, offer a wide range of topics and perspectives. Ito yung pinakamaganda because they offer a wide range of topics and perspectives and help users understand issues critically and make informed choices. Yan. Isa sa mga example natin, a well-researched book helps a student understand a topic deeply and apply it in real life. So, kaya po tayo magiging maingat po tayo sa paggawa ng ating research. Kasi po, magkakaroon po yan ng value kung tama, accurate, reliable, timeliness, and the purpose of your research. Kung meron po kayo noon and we have evaluated it, then magiging value po or magkakaroon po ng value ang inyong research. So make sure that we know how to citate and attribute where we get all our information and make sure that our research is based on facts or studied or based on supported evidence. Yan. Then this is what I'm telling you, the standards that ensure the quality of our source of information. We have ISBN, International Standard Book Number, and ISSN, International Standard Serial Number. So, nakakatulong po sila to make sure that ang ating library ay nagproproduce ng reliable, accurate, and valued information or media. Okay. Let's move on to our third source or potential source of information, the internet. The internet is a global network that connects billions of computers and devices, providing access to a vast amount of information. Ayan. So, sobrang dami po ng information that we can get through the internet. And one of the examples or the examples of information found on the internet are news article, educational resources, blogs and personal opinions, videos and podcasts, social media posts, online encyclopedias and databases. Remember that internet is a powerful tool, so use it wisely, safely, and responsibly. So we have some information found on the internet can be, ayan, it can be valuable, provides up-to-date information, diverse perspectives, and easy access to resources. And it could be useful to help in learning, research, communication, problem solving, and staying informed. And it can be vast, contains a huge amount of information on almost any topic imaginable. Yan. Sobra. So sa isang, punta mo lang sa isang social media platforms, there's a huge amount of information na makukuha agad natin in one source or one platform. And varied in quality. Ito lang ang ating kailangan pag-ingatan. That's why, una kong tinuro kung paano mag-evaluate ng information. Because we know that internet can provide a huge amount of information and we need to validate and verify and evaluate kung ano dun po yung based on facts, supported by evidence, and ano po doon ang interpretation and opinions. So information may come from experts, organizations, or individuals. Some may be reliable, others may not. So we really have to be careful in getting information online or via internet. So I would like to provide you some tips for using internet information wisely. First, of course, you have to check the source. Check the information. And be objective, not subjective. Be aware of bias, opinions, or agendas that may influence the information. So you really have to evaluate the information, the purpose, the bias of information, and be objective. And it should be objective. Then think critically. Compare information from different sources before believing or sharing it. And protect yourself. Be careful with personal information and avoid unreliable sites or suspicious links. So yan po ang ating mga tips for using internet information wisely. Then let's discuss, we're done with this. Yan. Discuss the characteristics naman of internet information in terms of reliability, accuracy, and value, timeliness, and authority of the source. Examples ng ating mga internet sources, ito po yan, educational institution, government agencies, non-profit organization, new media outlets, scholarly databases, blogs, and forums. But you have to use it with caution. Then, ito na po yan. Reliability. The information is trustworthy and can be depended on. So what to look for? Make sure that it is well written. Written po yan. And free from many errors, supported by evidence or references, comes from a reputable website, and balanced and objective. So pag sinabi natin reputable, may pangalan na po, may credibility na po sila, or meron na po silang pinanghahawakan ng mga certificates. Ayan. Wala po silang bad records of being biased. And yan. So, being biased or controversy, yung publisher nila or even the authors. And then we have accuracy. The information is correct, precise, and factually true. Ayan, accurate dapat. Kung ano yung balita, kung ano nangyari, dapat yun po yung binabalita. Yan. So, what to look for? Ano ang kailangan mong tignan sa informasyon? Facts are correct and verifiable. Statistics and data are cited. Yan. Links to credible sources or studies. Kailangan meron pong mga links na included. Sa online, hindi po pwedeng walang pinanggalingan. Although si Toto kanina, yung sa Facebook na nagsabi na impeach na si Vice President Sara, he had a source, he cited the source, it was from GMA7. but mali ang pagkakaunawa. So, kahit na meron tayong citation, kung mali po ang ating pag-iisip o pagkaunawa, ay wala pa rin pong kwenta ang ating evaluation. So make sure everyone that we think critically. Use your mind. Isip tayo. Gamitin natin yan. Feed your mind. Think critically so that our evaluation will be effective. Then, the value of the information is useful, relevant, and adds to your knowledge. So, anong kailangan mo makita dun sa information? Dapat relevant to your needs, helps you understand, solve a problem, or make decisions. Kung kaya namang ibigay yan ng information, then that is value. Well, most of the information that being provided online or via internet, most of them are valued or has value. You just have to make sure na kung opinion or these interpretations ay makakatulong sa iyo para makagawa ng desisyon, para makabuo ng solution sa isang problema and make you understand the situation or experiences, then that information has value. And well-organized and easy to understand. Hindi magulo, dire-diretso, merong simula, gitna at wakas ang informasyon, and it offers unique insights or perspectives. For example, yan, a tutorial video that explains how to do a science experiment step by step has high value. Okay po? Alright. Then timeliness. Anong hinahanap natin sa timeliness? The information is up-to-date and current. So what to look for? Publication or update date is recent, information is current and not outdated. Links and data are still working and valid. Ayan, kapag hindi na workable ang links, so you have to update na. So you have to check for other information na. Kasi yung mga links niya baka luma na. So you have to check for other source of information. Kung saan galing yung information na yun. So may mga links po kasi na na-expire. So you have to make sure that clickable and still work. So dapat nakikita at nafa-find pa siya ng internet. Important for topics that change quickly. So, yung mga topic na mabilis, mabago, so you have to check that. Like economy. Mga topic tungkol sa economy, yan, mabilis po yan, mabago. And example natin, a news article about today's event is more timely than one posted 5 years ago. Ayan. And authority of the source. The creator or publisher has the expertise, credentials, or reputation to be trusted. Ayan, so kailangan po meron na po siyang expertise o sila ay meron ng expertise, reputation sa pagkolekta ng informasyon and data. What to look for? Ito po yung mga kailangan natin makita doon sa publisher natin or sa author po natin. Author's name and credentials are provided. Organizations are reputable. Ayan po. Dapat po may mga ganyan ng website. Then contact information is available and clear about us or mission statement. Yan. Then, ang example natin, a medical article written by a licensed doctor or health organization is more authoritative. So ask these questions when evaluating internet information. Can I trust this information? Is it correct and supported by evidence? Is it useful and relevant to my needs? Is the information up to date? Who is the author or publisher? What are their qualifications? So, make sure na kailangan po talaga nating mag-isip critically and click wisely. Kasi po mawawalan halaga po ang ating evaluation of information kung hindi po tayo nag-iisip ng malalim pa. So, get information online is reliable, accurate, valuable, timely, and comes from an authoritative source, and always evaluate before you trust, share, or use it. Yan. We're good po with the internet. Yan. So, let's move on with For goods na, yan din po yun. Ayan. So, realities of the internet, ayan. So, not everything is true. Not everything is true. Bias and perspectives exist. So, you really have to evaluate the information or the purpose of the information. Not all sources are credible. So, websites without an author references or contact information may not be trustworthy. Information can be outdated. Some information online may no longer be accurate or relevant, especially on fast-changing topics. Commercial and hidden agendas. Ito. Some websites are designed to sell products, promote ideas, or influence your views. O, alam niyo na yan, pag puro ads, ang gusto lang yan ay makabenta. So make sure, be careful with that. Privacy and security risk. Sharing personal information online can put you at risk of identity theft, scams, or hacking. So make sure na hindi agad-agad magsasign in or mag-accept ng cookies when you are visiting a website as your potential source of information. Digital footprint is permanent. What you post, comment, or share can stay online for a long time and affect your reputation. So make sure maging maingat. Think before you click. Information overload. There is so much information online that it can be hard to filter, choose, and focus on what truly matters. Not everyone has equal access. Some people do not have reliable internet devices or digital skills to access information online. And online behavior matters. Treat others with respect. Avoid cyberbullying, spreading rumors, or sharing harmful comment or content. Yan po ang ating realities of the internet. And, yan. Information found on the internet may be quite varied in form and content. Thus, it is more difficult to determine its reliability and accuracy. Accessing information on the internet is easy, but requires more discipline to check and validate. Factual and fictitious data are often merged together. Sources always have to be validated. So make sure po na yan, i-apply po natin ang CRAAP test or RAAT-B test when we are getting information or accessing information on the internet. So information on the internet comes in many forms such as text, images, videos, audio, data and statistics, social media posts, opinions and reviews, and files and documents. So why is it harder to determine? Why it is harder to determine reliability and accuracy in the internet? Because anyone can publish or share information. No strict quality control for most content. No information or information may be biased, incomplete, or taken out of context. Yan, lalo na to, taken out of context. Na mali na ang context. Mas tinignan yung ginamit na word kaysa doon sa kabuuang sinabi or sa context. Outdated information may still be available. And be disciplined, check and validate. So, mahirap po madetermina ang reliability and accuracy, kaya maging disiplinado sa pag-check and validate. Maging matyaga. So first, check the source. Look for evidence, check the date, compare multiple sources, use your judgment. So, ito po, sa judgment po talaga tayo makakatalo-talo. So, does it make sense? Is it balanced? So, that is what we need to evaluate and validate and check. So, fact versus fiction, we have to check that as well. Factual data based on evidence, research, and verified sources. Fictional data naman made up, exaggerated, misleading, or intentionally false. So, merong gumagawa po niyan. And gagawa ng mga table, ng mga poll na hindi naman galing talaga sa totoong mga tao. Yan. Not always easy to tell. Mahirap din makita kung totoo ba yung data na pinanggalingan o hindi. Accessing information is easy, but verifying it is your responsibility. So check, think, and validate before you believe, share, or use it. Okay po ba? Alright. And let's move on to our fourth media and information sources, the others or alternative media. Information from non-traditional sources in various formats and platforms. So our current popular alternative media, right now, here are the examples. So short video platforms such as TikTok, podcast, we have podcast, online forums and communities, messaging channels such as Telegrams. Then we have blogs and vlogs, and live streaming and platforms. We have microblogs such as X or Twitter. Yan. So yan po yung mga example natin ng mga current popular alternative media. So please remember that alternative media can be useful and diverse, but always check the credibility of the source. Verify before you trust and share. So sa lahat naman po ng sources natin ng media and information, we always verify before you trust and share. So ano po ba yung mga rise of alternative media and information? Ayan. So, these are the key points of the rise of alternative media and information. Bakit po sila nakilala? Ayan. Bakit po sila nag-grow? So first, increasing access. So more platforms make it easier for anyone to publish and share information. Empowering voices. Diverse perspectives. Rapid spread. Greater need for discernment and impact on society. So ito po yung mga dahilan kung bakit po nag-grow, nag-trend ang mga alternative media and information natin. Because lahat po tayo ay mayroong boses na gusto pong ipaharating. It just so happen na we just really have to make sure to evaluate. Wala naman pong masamang magbigay ng opinion ng interpretation. So, sa mga magbabasa po nun at tatanggap po ng mga information na yon, we just have to really think critically and validate and check all the information that we gather. Ayan, so we have other alternative forms of communication. We have social medias, blogs, and flash mob performances. Ayan. Ang downside lang ng ating alternative forms, a lot of the information being passed around is biased and inaccurate. And it may reflect a particular point of view, and it may be misleading or false, and so that please always check and verify information. So alternative forms of communication empower people and spread information quickly, but always be critical and verify before you believe or share. Ayan. So these are the skills. So we're done with the four potential sources of media and information. Again, it is indigenous media, libraries, internet, and other or alternative media. So for determining the reliability of information, we should possess these skills. First, we should always check the author. Second, check the date of publication or of update. Check for citations. Check the domain or owner of the site or page, and check the site design and the writing style. So, importante rin po kasi yun. So, kapag formal, yan, mas maayos, mas maganda, kailangan po natin makita kung talaga bang pinaghandaan nila ang pagbibigay ng impormasyon through online or traditional man yan or non-traditional. Okay po ba? Alright. So, you should always check. So, these are the skills that you must possess to determine the reliability of our information. And the skills in determining accurate information, accuracy, you need to find or look for facts. Ayan, dapat nasasagot ng facts ang mga katanungan na who, what, when, where, why, and how. Facts are verifiable and objective. And second, we should have a cross-reference with other sources. Again, at least 3 sources of information to check for consistency. Dapat meron silang pagkakapareho. Kung pare silang or yung iba nagbibigay ng bias, may favoritism, may positive, negative, dapat may neutral din po kayo makukuhanan ng source of information so that you can cross-reference it to check for consistency. Determine the reason. Our third one is to determine the reason for writing and publishing the information, the purpose. Check if the author is objective or leaning heavily on a certain point of view. And so make sure it is objective and not biased or subjective. Hindi na ayon sa nararamdaman but based on facts and supported by evidence. Be aware of bias and point of view. Check for advertising. Ayan, yung mga websites. Ads can influence opinions and may not be objective. May mga websites na may mga advertisement. Halimbawa, nag-advertise sila ng politicians. Alam nyo na, that is a bias already. Lalo na kung di nila ka-party yung nire-report. So, you have to check for that. You have to be objective with that. Okay, so these are the skills in determining accurate information. Look for facts, cross-reference with other sources, determine the reason for writing and publishing the information, and check for advertising. Alright, so evaluating information, these are, tapos na tayo neto. So CRAAP po yung ginagamit natin, questions to ponder, reliability, accuracy, value, authority, timeliness. Ayan. So, ito po yung mga katanungan. Basahin nyo na lang po yan in your PDF. And for the OER, the 10 recommendations of the World OER, Open Educational Resources, Congress at UNESCO in the Paris 2012 Declaration. So una, open policy, inclusive access, quality and relevance, capacity building, 5th, sustainable support, 6th, collaboration, 7th, international cooperation, 8th, respect and recognition, 9th, research and innovation, and 10th, awareness and advocacy. So yan po yan. Open educational resources for inclusive, equitable, and quality education and lifelong learning for all. So, yun po yung kailangan natin makita. At magamit in our resources or educational resources. And then, we're done with our lecture and discussion. We are now moving forward with our activities. And one of our activity is source sorting challenge. So we need to classify different media and information sources and evaluate their reliability. So for you learners, you have to form a group consisting of 4 to 5 members. Each group will receive 8 sources or source cards containing different examples of media and information sources. So examine each source carefully. So ito po ang ating, hold on. Meron pa pala. So, for instruction, complete the table by identifying the type of source, whether it is generally reliable or not reliable without verification, and your reason for your answer. Write your answers on a one-whole sheet of paper or on the activity worksheet provided by the teacher. Assign one member to present your group's answers during the class discussion, and you will be given 10 minutes to complete the activity. So, 10 minutes lang po for the whole activity. Ayan. Ito po yung mga sorting challenge or sorting card natin. Ayan po yung mga scenarios. Ito po yung mga sources. Ayan. So, you have to sort it. And ito po ang table na kailangan po ninyong i-complete. This is the matrix. So ano po yung source, type of source, reliable, and what is your reason. For reliable, pwede nyo sagutin yes, no, not so reliable, not definitely. Yan. So yun po yung mga pwede nyong isagot. Then we have guided question. Please answer this. Which source do you think is the most reliable? Why? Which source requires the most verification before sharing? Why? Is it possible for a reliable source to contain errors? Please explain. And why is it important to compare information from multiple sources before accepting it as true? Ayan po. So we have our performance task as well, Lolo at Lola knows. And I already discussed it with you guys. This is a group work. And oops. Okay, so these are our references or learning resources. So thank you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. I have limited or unlimited I have vacancy times where you can visit me. So you have a wonderful day, guys. Please watch these videos, understand it, study it, and review it. And you have a wonderful day. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye, everyone.